video brought to you by dogs. Dogs.
Next to my leg.
Yeah, knocking you over, right?
It's like I'm like this.
I know.
Oh, we got all the hounds. Look at the big old hounds.
Big old dogs.
Hey, look at those little faces. Like, oh my God, big dog. Hi, you gonna hide behind me?
Hey, so I just took my dog over to the dog park and we had a really good time walking around. I like to get her out there probably, I don't know, a couple times a week and then walk her in. Then I like to take her to the beach too to get her exercise. So she had a lot of fun. And all that dog stuff, I tell you, it got me thinking about some stories. So I will share a couple things with you. When I was a kid, we lived in the valley. We lived in Los Angeles in the valley, and my dad had a job. He worked in downtown LA, so that drive was about 30 minutes. He at the time had a 1965 dark blue Mustang, like super cool Mustang. One day he got in the car and he drove the whole drive to work, the 30 minutes, but the whole time he said he was claiming to hear this like a belt was loose, like the whole ride in to work, and he just thought that was the strangest thing. And so when he got into his parking garage at his work, he opened up the hood of the car, and our cat, a neighbor cat I guess, like bolted out and was never to be seen from again. So that's one cat story, and about my dad. Okay, so I have another story about my dad with cats. And this isn't like an action story, it's kind of a naming story. My dad is really good with words, and he knows a lot of vocabulary. He'll always kill someone in Scrabble. But my mom had gotten this cat, and it was a long hair calico cat, female, and she was trying to think of a name for it. And my dad, his solution for the name, he wanted to call the cat Merkin. So if anyone knows what a Merkin is, you can see the huge humor in that. My mom decided that wasn't really appropriate to be calling a cat Merkin. So they did wind up sort of compromising, and the cat then was called Merkel. And I didn't learn that until years later, because when I was a little child and then wanted to get another cat to go along with Merkel, my dad suggested Farkle. So we had Merkel and Farkle. So those were our cat stories. Oh, and I saw Farkle one time when I was a teenager, like eat an entire rat head first, the entire thing. Never seen a cat do that. It was pretty awesome. She could do it. She was a good cat. They both lived a long time. Long time. So I guess one like final story about cats would be when I was in college. God, I've got a lot of pet stories overall. When I was in college, we had a place not far, and we had like 4 roommates at the time. One time we had a kitten. That didn't work out because the kitten kept pissing all over like beds and stuff, and one of my roommates got really mad and like threw the kitten. Anyways, we had to get rid of that kitten. But I worked all through college, and at this particular time I was working as a cocktail waitress, so I would work until 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30 sometimes at night. And I was coming home from work one night and pulling up right in front of where the place was where we lived, and I saw something in the street, and all of a sudden my car goes thump thump. Oh God. So I pull the car over, I park the car, and I go into the street, and oh my God, sure enough, there is a cat. And there was just like a fluid all over the ground. I don't know if the cat is like exploded or the cat just like peed or something, but the cat isn't moving. And I freak out. I go running in the house. One of my roommates, we went up, picking up the car, scooping up the cat, and taking it in the middle of the night to an emergency veterinarian. And actually the cat was fine, didn't have any broken bones, didn't have anything. They shaved it and gave us ointments and all these things, and they said, well, but you got to watch the cat for a couple of days to make sure that it doesn't have any side effects. So we bring the cat home, and this cat stunk. I think it was a feral cat, just a lost cat. It was like a street cat. And so we bring this cat into our house, and this cat stinks. All of the other roommates are just pissed off. I got to talk loud because there's an airplane. And so we named the cat Stinky, and eventually I think think somebody opened the door and let Stinky leave. But I think Stinky was fine in the end. The last cat story is the cat that I have currently. Well, I don't really have it. It's really more it's my daughter's cat, and her name is Sonny. We got her 7 years ago, and she's become pretty much almost entirely an outdoor cat, and she's a hunter. That's what she does for a living. She hunts birds and lizards, and what else does she bring in? Oh, rats. Ugh. And she brings them in the house, you know, gifts for us. Brings them in, leaves them, puts them in the kids' bedrooms, puts them in the kitchen. Sometimes they're not all the way dead, and the cat will bring them in and just like play with them around the house. So those are my stories about cats right now. I have a lot of other really, really good animal stories. So I'll get to those. Does anyone out there have any animal stories for me? Share them. It'll get my juices flowing to get more animal stories out there. Okay, so that's it for now. Love ya.